Welcome to the Beam, where curiosity stirs conversations, taking us a step further into the future we desire. Here we bring you the issues that matter, the voices that challenge, and the insights that inspire. I'm Sunas Nathaniel, and today we take a second look at how the year 2025 is shaping up to become the year when the 2027 elections will be written, not just in policy, but in documents, but in comments, in the comment sections, in group chats, hashtags, and in data. That is what is writing what the 2027 future would be. Today we're asking, who will Nigerian youths vote in 2027? Will they show up at the polls at all? Or just show out online? Will tech deepen democracy, or will it deepen division? Let's get right into it. We have no time. All right. Straight up joining me are two brilliant minds already shaping the political imaginations of young Nigerians. Honorable Muhammad Oyanki, Deputy Speaker of the Nasarawa State House of Assembly, and a young legislator that is showing that youth isn't just about age, it's about impact. We also have joining us via Zoom, Mr. Akwobi Elvis, Executive Director of the Not Too Young to Lead initiative, a man at the intersection of movements, message, and the moment. Gentlemen, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, my brother.
All right.
Thank you, Victor.
All right, let's go straight into it, because there's a lot that's been said about the whole coalition thing, and that's where the whole problem is right now when it comes to 2027, right? It's something that has been like it's throwing a spanner into the works. And then the question is, somehow this narrative has not included the youths. We've not seen the youths in any way. I'm going to start with you, Honorable. Where are the youths in this whole formula? Where are the youths in the state of things today?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. As a young man, as a politician, you would not wait for opportunity to come to you in politics. You go for the opportunity. So I think what we should be asking, we as young Nigerians, is what direction are we taking? Are we going to the coalition? Is the coalition the solution to the problem? Or where would we be in 2027? For instance, myself, my decision is based on my constituency. My constituency will determine the party I would fly in the 2027 general election. Because honestly and personally, I cannot speak for other people. I can only speak for the constituency I represent, Duma North, and Nasarawa State at large as the deputy speaker. But I will tell you, my decision as a young man in 2027 lies with my constituency. I cannot take a decision alone as Muhammad Oyanki because I represent a group of people who have elected me under the platform of the PDP. Card-carrying member of the PDP, proud member of the PDP, but my decision in 2027 lies in my constituency. I cannot go and fly a banner, I cannot win. So if my people tell me to join the coalition, then why not? But I respect the coalition. I support the coalition. That is democracy. But we as Nigerian youths, the question is, where are we? Not where has the coalition left us? We need to rise up to it. Okay, as a young man, I've taken my decision. I feel going along with my constituency is the perfect solution for me in 2027. If they feel I've given them dividends of democracy, they will tell me where to move to. And by the grace of God, how they chose PDP for me, they will choose a platform for me to carry on the affairs of my constituency.
So you're saying that the young people must rise to the occasion and not know to be given anything?
You cannot find solution on social media. And nobody would say he wants to join the ADC and will be denied, or PDP or APC as a young man. We have 2023 has brought in so many young Nigerians into it. I'm happy the Yaga representatives, people I respect a lot, are here. They are one of the front runners of the Not Too Young to Wrong bill. They have done it. They are not very young men. Like I was speaking to Samson Itodo the other day. He said he's no longer in the youth constituency. But these are people that are averagely above the youth age, but fought for the youth constituency. And we are here. They have done the best. They have brought down the age gap to 25 for State Assembly, House of Representatives. They've done their best. We should appreciate them for that.
All right.
What is left? Join the queue.
Okay, let's come to Mr. Akwobi. Let's hear your view on this. You know, where has it left the young people? Because that's where you really thrive.
Yes, thank you, Victor. For me, firstly, I'm a Nigerian, and I have no other passport except Nigeria. So for me, I'm in Nigeria before whatever affiliation politically and otherwise. So if you check, my young capacity deputy speaker once said is, you can't speak for the people. I just have one vote. But the thing is, let's ask ourselves, if we want, I've read through social media, I've seen people make comments on the coalition. You check the trademark of these people that are in the coalition. If you want to save, if really there's this intent to save Nigeria or rescue Nigeria, let's ask ourselves. In this coalition, we have the likes of David Mark, the former Senate president, who had an opportunity to save Nigeria. We have the former Minister for Transportation, one-time governor of Rivers State, who had the opportunity to change the narrative in Nigeria. We have El-Rufai in that coalition, who was a minister 20 years ago, an opportunity to change Nigeria. Today, his son is an House of Rep member. Let's ask ourselves, is this coalition about rescuing Nigeria or about interest? Because I'm in my late 30s, so I can't be gullible. I should say it the way it is. I've searched I've read on social media, because you need to get the pulse of the people. Because for me, I can't speak for young Nigerians, but from the pulse I've felt is, I think this coalition is about interest and not to rescue Nigeria. Because if about rescuing Nigeria, how many young persons were carried along in rescuing in this coalition? Let's tell ourselves the truth. How many young persons are in the picture on the table of decision making in this coalition? So for me, I think it's about people that have vendetta. Until I see young persons with character, capacity, or competent people with good trademarks in that coalition, then I can, believe in what that statement rescue Nigeria. But for now, I think the Nigeria people will decide whoever they will vote for. But for the government at the center, the incumbent regime, one thing I want to appeal is for us to make progress, we must build trusts. It's time every privileged leader, every privileged policymaker know that if you don't build trusts, people will gravitate towards another means to build trust. And I want to commend the president that he has. We advocated for young people to be governors, and a lot of young people are in this present administration today. What our appeal is to give these young people, it shouldn't be about visual posturing, give these young people the privilege, to navigate and not just hold positions. I know the present Minister for Youth is doing a lot and he will do more. There should be space for these young people to navigate, to share, to make their ideas become a reality. Because if their ideas become a reality, it has a ripple effect on the young Nigerians. So that's what I think.
All right. Okay, let's come back to the studio. Honorable, he's put in some very important statements as regards, is it about the people, is it about the politicians, those who we have heard their names over and over again? What's your take on, the election coming? Presidency is where everybody's looking at. That's the highest office in the land, right? So what's your take? The next election, is it the Nigerian people against the elite? Or is it the Nigerian people for what really is their own interest? Well, what do you think would define that election?
You see, governance and leadership is more than just perception. For instance, before you win elections, you say, when I win this, I'll do this. When I win that, I do that. You don't even know what are the pros and cons. You don't even know what you meet in the office. One of the things that brings us a problem is while contesting, you come and say, I'll make food available. I'll give you light. A lot of politicians have, with all due respect, a lot of politicians have made promises like that. And when they get into the office, they understand it is not as easy as they think it is. So, basically, to your question, in 2027, is it Nigerians versus the elites or however? My brother, in 2027, one thing will happen by the grace of God. Elections will happen by the grace of God. And for that elections to happen, voting capacity, participation, Nigerians don't come out and vote. You know that. So, majority of voters, check every statistic, is women. As a local man, as somebody that participates in grassroots politician, is women. Older women, younger women, married women. We go into the nooks and crannies of this country and we go for campaigns. People that are most reliable, people that even have the voters card and however, is women. So you see, one thing is, women are the majority of voters. And the age bracket, the majority of citizens in Nigeria are the youth. That number, do they come out and vote or they remain on social media and talk? My brother, if Nigerians will come and vote, how Nigerians came out for various protests in the past, came out in their numbers, came out in their strength, and they have achieved a lot. There has been a change in the minimum wage. They have scrapped SARS now. You understand? So it means the Nigerian voice, the Nigerian youth was heard.
Yeah.
You understand? Because if there have been so many agitation, but when Nigerians came out on the street, my brother, how many of those Nigerians have voters card? How many of those Nigerians have voters card is an important question. The next voter revalidation and corrections will start in August. I would advise Nigerians, go and get your voters card. My brother, when I was contesting, I told my people, if after 4 years, by the grace of God, I don't do the needful, I'll not even come back to try again. I'll honorably respect myself and sit down at home. Number one, I represent your population, the major population, a young man. I'm a very young man. I happen to come from a constituency that the incumbent member was the youngest member elected in Nigeria. And today, I'm the youngest member elected in Nigeria. So my constituency is a youth constituency. My chairman is a young man. And the member representing me in the House of Reps, Nala Araba, is also a young man, averagely in his 40s. So you see, the thing is, in 2027, Nigerians or the elites get your voters card first. When you get your voters card, the voting system will decide. The major contenders in the election in 2027 are now 3 parties: APC, PDP, and the ADC. Because from the information I've had, unverified, the Labour Party have collapsed its structure for the ADC. Unverified, like I said. APC still have their anointed candidate, the president, commander-in-chief is their candidate. The ADC don't yet have a candidate. The PDP don't have a candidate yet. Obviously, these are major stakeholders. They are the elite. So it is now for Nigerians to decide. But the elite will not decide. It is Nigerians that have the voting right that will decide who will rule Nigeria in 2027 by God's grace. So it remains, you have your voters card before you know who you are going to fight or who or whatever, in fact. Get your voters card first.
All right. Mr. Akpobi, let's come to you. He said something very important about getting the voters card and all that's in place. How do we get the people, especially the youth? How do we make people stop being docile when it comes to the day of election? How do we get them to the polls to really cast their votes? How do we make them see that, hey, their voices can count? How do we make that happen?
Like I said, to build trust, to make progress, you must build trust. I was a privileged election observer at the 2023 election that brought the incumbent president of Liberia, Joseph Bakwa, and I had the privilege to, have conversations with the electoral umpire there. I saw, even before then, I had some conversations with young people. There was this trust between the electoral umpire and the electorate. So back in Nigeria, I've consistently seen that citizens, they don't have confidence in our electoral process. So for me, I'll urge INEC between now and 2027 election, their body language, their actions and inactions should boost the ego of citizens to, want to subscribe to the electoral activities, because oftentimes once comments have been made, once their actions and inactions shows that citizens cannot build trust with them, that's where you see voter apathy. But like I will always tell every Nigeria youth, you don't go to the farm without cutlass. If you want change as a Nigerian, you need to go and register to vote. And when you register to vote, let it be that you voted first. And I believe and I trust that the electoral umpire, which is INEC, have, seen young people agitate for, what on the ballot should reflect a reality. I want to believe that the present chairman, I don't know, the INEC chairman would do justice to that, to make sure that electorate are very, very confident that their vote will reflect a reality. So when we have that, we'll get it right as Nigerians.
Okay, so when the people come, the INEC have to ensure that whatever it is they've come to do at the polls, whatever it is they've casted their ballot for, is what is presented. That's where we're going to be taking a break. This is The Beam, a place where the pulse of the people meets the platform. Don't go away. There's still much more to talk about. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, I'm in conversation with Honorable Muhammad Oyanki and Mr. Elvis Akpobi, and we're looking at the 2027 election and what literally it holds for Nigerians, especially the youths. Honorable, let's come back to you now. We're going into a time when the arguments and the statements are becoming very heated. There are people who are saying that so many of these politicians are beginning to use insightful language, language that is stirring the people towards violence. What should the youths watch out for at this time? What should they hold back from when they hear these politicians coming at them? Also, you're going to speak to the issue of one of the rhetoric that is playing out is that in 4 years, you can fix Nigeria. So some people have said, just give me 1 term and I'll fix this nation. What would you say to these things?
Every bad thing, let me speak about insightful words. Every bad thing that happens in the society, the number one point of accusation is we politicians. Politicians do this, politicians do that, politicians have held the jobs, politicians have... My brother, there are political statements you make to give your supporters confidence in you. As far as I'm concerned, if there are political statements for confidence, why not? No reasonable politician will tell you to go and carry guns. Carrying guns will not deliver that politician. You understand? So how will a reasonable politician that wants to win election, with all due respect to this elite, I respect every member of the ADC. I doubt if any of them, they are all heroes in their own rights. They've achieved a lot in their own rights, starting as young Nigerians, before they are where they are today. So none of them, they have kids, they have a family, they have people, kids that want to take over from them, and you think they will tell Nigerians to go and carry guns at common. Let's be honest with ourselves.
So where do the guns then come out from when they eventually come from? Where do they come out from?
I don't see guns in politics. So maybe you tell me where you have seen one gun. I don't see guns in my constituency by the grace of God. Or cutlasses. You see, some of these things, if they come out, is it we, for instance, let me speak as a stakeholder now. Will I tell my son to go and carry a cutlass? And if I tell you as a son to go and carry a cutlass, why would you go and carry a cutlass? Why wouldn't you tell me to tell my son to carry that cutlass for me? Why? You shouldn't take laws into your hands. It is not right, and everybody knows cutlass is not the solution. Guns are not the solution. Voters card, I still emphasize on the voters card. Have your voting right. If nobody has disenfranchised you from voting, if you have your voters card, you can make that change. Forget about what politicians are saying. We will always talk. We are paid to talk. For instance, as a lawmaker, why will I not talk when I have the opportunity to talk? I will obviously talk. But you as a listener, there's this adage that says, if the speaker is crazy, you, the listener, should be reasonable. If over the years, politicians have been preaching carry cutlass, it has not resulted to any change, then you should understand cutlass is not the solution to your problem. Why would you keep going back to the same? Is it the older people that are carrying the cutlass? It's the younger people. When you can get your voter's card and make the change better than even the cutlass. Speaking about what you can achieve in a term, you see, problem we have, with all due respect to politics in Nigeria, is continuity. We have a problem with continuity. If there is a master plan for Nigeria, if there's a policy document for Nigeria, for instance, now, there's a master plan for Abuja. The current FCT minister is working based on that master plan. Mind you, I'm not a fan of the FCT minister, but he's doing brilliantly well in Abuja. You must applaud him for what he's doing in Abuja. He's doing remarkably well. But he's working on a master plan, a document that has been drafted for Abuja in the future. Do we have any document like that for Nigeria? I don't know about a document like that. If we have a document, whoever comes again will say, okay, based on this document we have all agreed as Nigerians, this is where we want to be in the year so, and so. What has this administration done with regards to... We already spoke about privatization of the NNPC. Atiku in his earlier campaign spoke about privatization of the NNPC. You see, working on the same direction. That is different people. Buhari was from the APC then, Atiku was in the PDP, but one thing for sure is change, and they've worked towards that. So, saying you can achieve anything in 4 years or less, my brother, you have to go there first. The only person that can speak like that, and I agree, is the former President Goodluck Jonathan. Because he is the only person that was in power, he knows what he has done, and he knows what he can go back and meet. But my brother, you've never tried. How are you sure the dynamics have not changed? How are you sure if you can achieve it in 4 years, then we cannot keep trying like we have agreed, me and you. Keep trying Nigeria. Nigeria is not a car. We keep trying to see whether it will go or not. Come on. We're the giant of Africa.
All right.
I think it is too easy to say you can walk it from your home, talk about Nigeria like that. Nigeria is more than that. You need to go there and understand the peculiarities, the issues in Nigeria before you can decide what will happen.
All right, Mr. Akwobi, let's give you in 2 minutes. There's a confab coming. How does this tie into what the youths can achieve when it comes to this election? What are the things we want to see discussed? We need real issues as they affect the young people. The youth confab is coming. What really should be on the table? In 2 minutes, just give us what should be on that table.
So firstly, I want to appreciate Mr. President for that initiative through the Federal Ministry of Youth. But for me, it shouldn't be about jamboree. We've had a lot of conferences that we didn't look towards the impact or the aftermath of those conferences. So for me, it should be, I'm looking at the confab where people will not be selected via interest because this person knows me, this person is known me. It should be a confab where we'll have young people who are audible from each state to discuss their pain, their problems. And I want to believe that Mr. President is not just trying to distract young Nigerians with this confab. I want to believe that after the confab, the issues, the communique, the aftermath of the confab will be implemented. So I want to urge every state governor. I know and I believe my governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oboroboro, will pick the right persons for that confab that will amplify the needs of Deltans. I want to urge every state governors to make sure those representatives from each state should be devoid of bias. It should be young people that can speak on the needs of young people. So in the long run, after that confab, our problems as Nigerians, as young Nigerians, will be solved. And I'm very, very confident in the current Minister for Youth. He knows our problems, he feels our pulse, and I'm confident that he knows how to navigate his way through to make sure the issues of that confab will be implemented and young Nigerians will get it right.
All right, Honorable Muhammad Oyanki and Akwobi Elvis, thank you for your insight. Thank you for coming on the program and showing us that the future is the youth.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Before I leave, I want to speak little about the confab.
Just 1 second. Just a few seconds, yeah. Just 5 seconds. Go ahead.
I've been hearing there's a confab in Nigeria. And I think as a young man, as a lawmaker, as a legislator, young legislators need to be really carried along if they are really serious about this confab.
All right.
I think I've sent enough messages.
Beautiful. You've sent a very good message. All right, that's it on the beam today. We're leaving you now with our top 5 videos of the week. I am Soonest Nathaniel. And as always, we urge you to stay curious, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep beaming your light where it matters the most. May this nation continue to rise and flourish. Bye for now.